Salut tout le monde, my name is Detective Lukael and welcome to the Rise of the Golden Idol. This is a game developed by Color Gray Games and released in 2024. It is of course the sequel to 2022's Case of the Golden Idol, which I played here on the channel. I played Case around 2 years ago, so you may or may not have seen it if you're newer to the channel, but if you haven't, I do highly encourage you to go back and watch that playthrough. It's pretty short and really enjoyed it. And if I have to guess, elements from Case might be referenced in this one since this is a sequel, so I think you'll want to have watched the first game first. If you're not already familiar with these games, they're kind of detective games where you're presented with these scenarios where like someone has died or something has happened, and then you need to gather clues and deduce the correct order of events or the identities of the people involved and kind of exactly what happened. It's a fairly underutilized concept for games. Like there's not that many games like this one. There's of course Return of the Obra Dinn, which is pretty popular. There's a few other games that are a little bit similar like Chance of Sonar, but overall I wish more games had mechanics like this one because it's really fun to deduce things. It's always very satisfying, even though I'm not always the best at it. Like I try my best, but sometimes I don't make for such a great detective, but it's really fun. Now, I don't actually know anything about this game other than it's a sequel, and I believe it takes place in the 70s, if I remember right. I don't know if the gameplay style is going to be exactly the same as in Case, or if maybe there's going to be some variations. Maybe the mechanics have changed. We're going to find out together. So as always, thank you so much for joining me today, and without any further ado, let's crack this case. Skip to chapter 2. We have the option of just skipping ahead, and all I'm presented with is this weird object. Is that a snake? Constriction, a murderous way out. In this game, you will solve scenarios involving murder and other strange events. You will do this by dragging words into the correct slots within sentences, so it's the same as the first game. Solve this example puzzle. Police needed to gather evidence to prove that the death had been a murder. Everything is correct. Okay, usually they start you off kind of easy with like something very simple, just so that you can learn the mechanics, and then it gets more and more complicated as time goes on. So already the art style is a little bit different. The interface is also a bit different. I'm kind of hiding the thing behind me, but it says, to solve a scenario, you must first explore the location by clicking on all hotspots and gathering all words. So they do mark them for you. You've got settings. You have access to hints, but I never used any hints in the first game, and I'm gonna try not to look at any of them again today. Constriction. This is like a compass, and I guess maybe it's gonna show the events connected to each other in this one. In the first game, all the events were kind of connected, but you only really found that out as you kept playing. Hints. Getting stuck and working through challenges to find a solution is at the heart of this game. Before you resort to hints, we suggest you ask yourself the following questions. Have you made a typo? Have you considered all the evidence? Have you re-examined all your assumptions? Yeah, we won't be accessing any hints. I'm a big boy. I'm a big detective. I can solve all of this myself. So we have 25 words to find. 0 out of 9 spots. So here they tell you how many spots. We have a list of words, how to play, names, and then events. Interesting. Oh, so you can kind of like turn all of them on like this. My main question coming into this game is how is it going to relate to the Golden Idol? Because I guess minor spoiler for the first game if you haven't seen it, but the Golden Idol gets destroyed at the end of the game. This ancient artifact that can shorten your lifespan or make you younger. It gets destroyed at the end of the first game, so did they repair it? Is this a different Golden Idol? Is it the same one? Is it like Or does it just not play a role at all in this game? I guess we'll find out. So let's start gathering some evidence. A rubber baton. Help! Patients in Special Care Unit C, June 1977. And yeah, it's quite a huge leap ahead in time. Going from kind of like Renaissance era, I think, in the first game. And then here it's like the 70s. Alexander Jensen, Pacific War veteran. 201 is vacant. 202 is Auriel Toussaint, Professor of Ancient Lemurian History. There you go. Right ahead, we have a connection to Case of the Golden Idol. Lemurian Mansion. Mason Turner, Accountant, Repeat Murderer. And Ivy Hayes, Beauty Salon Manager. Nice. Here you click just one name and they all get added. That's very useful. Sweet Pines, a pack of Sweet Pines cigarette. Oh yeah, it adds all of them. That's really cool. Very efficient. A ring of keys. And this poor man being strangled. Morg Braca is his name. Let me write that down. I will be taking notes on my second screen while solving these. So if you see me looking to the side, I'm looking at my notes. A name tag. And then it gives you more words than just kind of what you see. Morgue, Braca, prison, asylum, hotel. And they all have a question mark. Interesting. Hell. He's got something here. What is that? Like a little wallet or something? Prom, Napol, Prom. Ooh, he's speaking ancient Lemurian. A chewed cloth strap. As you probably know, I played the DLC for Case of the Golden Idol last week, so this is all pretty recent in my mind, at least the DLC. Not so much the main game, that was 2 years ago, so I don't really remember the details of the main game, but I do remember stuff from the DLC, and this sounds like the voice command that the people of the island, of Monkey Paw Island, were giving to the Golden Idol. Prom was like, stop, or one? Can't remember. So we're still missing some words. Redwood. Next, click on the following elements in the bottom bar to open them. Yeah. Words, names, events. Straight jacket. Redwood. So now we have every word and every spot. You can organize the words in your inventory however you like. Try moving some around. So we can put them in order, of course. And you can move them around anywhere you want. You can move the window also. You can quickly hide and show all the elements you last had open by pressing the I button or space. Okay, so you can kind of arrange things to help you figure things out. I like that. That feels like an upgrade compared to the previous game. And then you can just sort them out. Okay. So we're looking for their identities. Now you're on your own to solve the mystery at hand. Alright, so the with a name, killed with a from A in the. Well, if we look at this guy, that does seem like this is Morg Braca. And then we don't know what room this guy is from, but the book does say Professor of Ancient Lemurian History, which would make me feel like that's Auriel Toussaint, probably. Because why else would he know Lemurian? Everything is correct. So the professor, Auriel Toussaint, killed Morg Braca with a, I guess, a strap, you would say. A cloth strap from a straitjacket in the special care unit. No, this is a red. I mean, I guess we're in an asylum, right? This doesn't actually specify the name of this asylum, as far as I know. Oh, there it is. Redwood. The Redwood Asylum. There we go. They're starting us off easy, of course. Okay, solved. Everything is correct. You have solved the scenario. Ooh. We've got a nice little groove. A little 70s feeling. Auriel Toussaint, professor of ancient Lemurian history, chewed through his straitjacket strap and suddenly strangled nurse Morg Braca in cell 202. Lazarus Hearst was the leader of the Puritanical Order Party, which governed Albion from 1792 to 1795. Some claim he used a mystical golden idol to seize power. Nowadays, though, this is known to be a myth. Or is it? Thought to be a myth, but it actually really happened. And as the whole first game is just not canon. And we were just playing through a myth, but... I mean, I like that right away you're connecting to case, so we know that this is a straight follow-up. Constriction. And then you can watch the little movie. And you can see the case here. And I guess everything's like connected. So we're still in chapter 1 right now. The Curse. Congratulations on finishing your first case. Thank you. Welcome to chapter 1, The Curse, in which a strange threat looms over New Wells. I'm liking this so far. It feels like an upgrade, like a true sequel to the first game. We've got televisions. Okay, so the first game did this thing only in the very last scenario, I think, where you could go back to all the previous scenarios in the game to see the names of previous characters and previous events, but only at the very end. Here it seems like they're giving you this option at all times. You can kind of move back and forth between the different scenarios in case you forgot someone's name or something like that, so I like that. And then we have story 1. All right, let's see. Academic impact, the death of a brilliant mind. Car, the car's engine is still running. Oh my god, is he dead, Cyril? Cyril? Dear Deborah, I am saddened to hear that Brendan's exam results have been rather poor. It seems your son has taken after his father. I warned you about marrying into that family. From Mommy. A wedding ring. Bagman. I don't know. Oh, what should we do? A wedding ring. A car key. Bagman, 1970, a driver's license. There's a door all the way back there. Westbridge 1, property of Sir Isaac. And then if you go inside, you're kind of playing as this omniscient detective that just gets to see everything all at once. It would be interesting if they were to kind of personify the player as like an actual detective in the world. Like you get to go around and the characters can talk to you, but this is a different vibe where you're kind of seeing everything with your all-seeing eyes. And arrange for a taxi to be here at 6 p.m. I have a meeting at 45C, Stockyard Street, IN. Okay. There's a little ribbon up there. The stairs are covered with ice and snow. And little vending machines. More of these Red Pine cigarette. And then a body. A red pen. Why is this one like red? The man is not breathing. So they're giving you multiple options here. Like instead of just giving you words that you find in the world, where it kind of forced them to find excuses to write specific words somewhere in the document. Here they're just giving you multiple options like slipped on, went for, fell from, collided with. And it's up to you to kind of pick the one that fits. A key. John Robkin, 391 Pine Street, East Lake. Thomas Crow, 128 Darkwood Avenue, Kings Court. Caleb Reynolds, East Lake Manor, 714 Anselm Street. And I like that you collect all the words in one go too. A pack of Brigandine Blue Blend cigarettes. A lighter. Sir, which of these speech titles do you prefer for the graduation ceremony at Imperial University? The shortcomings of Nowak's algorithms. I don't want to criticize my own work in an inspirational speech. In the age of computers, math is the new frontier. Not great, but will do. So I guess that means this guy is called Nowak. Okay, so we have this to fill, I guess. But let's start with these. So I assume this guy is something Nowak. This guy is Cyril. Cyril Bagman. And she had Deborah Brandon. Brandon's exam results have been rather poor, so I guess that's her son. So Brandon is the name of the kid. She would be Deborah. I guess if she has the husband's name, it would be Bagman also. Deborah Bagman. And then... oh, wait. It says I.N. Nowak. We probably only have one name in I. Isaac. Where did we get Isaac Bridge? Already of Sir Isaac. I guess that's Sir Isaac. So Isaac Nowak. Aha. Everything is correct. Discovered the body of Isaac Nowak. So Cyril Bagman and Deborah Bagman. Discovered the body of Isaac Nowak, which was there because he fell from, went for, or slipped on the stairs. I mean, the stairs are covered in ice, and it looks like someone kind of slid. So I guess he was going to buy some cigarettes. I have a meeting at 45C Stockyard Street. Which is not one of these names, so I don't know what these names are for. This might be useful later. A pack of Brigantine Blue Blend cigarettes. So he did have some cigarettes. Maybe he had just gone to buy a new pack. It doesn't seem to be one of the options here, though. Well, let's see. If we look at the footprints... like the traces on the stairs, they don't start from the very top. They only start from midway through. And then there's this weird like little green ribbon at the top. And we can see some snow is missing. And his shirt seems to be kind of like torn. So maybe he actually fell from the bridge, but why? Because the cigarettes that he has on him, they're not cigarettes from any of the brands here. So would he have fell from the bridge? Because he fell from the bridge? Aha. Everything is correct. That's how this got to... I love this little song. Groovy. While driving home, Deborah and Cyril suddenly noticed the dead body of Sir Isaac Nowak, who had fallen from the bridge above, tearing his yellow shirt sleeve in the process. And then as you solve these, more things open up. Thank you for your cooperation. We are happy to cover Brandon's tuition fees, provided our arrangement lasts. From your side, we expect complete confidentiality about our motivation for funding Brandon. Any breach of this confidentiality will result in a swift termination of funding. Sincerely, Rare Talent Fund. Is this whole thing going to be about the Golden Idol again? Ooh. Okay. So here we have stuff to solve. A few months later, the famous scientist Isaac Nowak was discovered dead by the Bagman couple. A few days later... Oh, interesting. So here you have like individual cases, like little mini cases, and then like an overarching chapter that links the events together. That's cool. The Rare Talent Fund. We don't really know who this is yet. We don't have the right words. To fund Brandon Bagman's tuition in exchange for confidentiality about the fact that... Okay, we're missing the information here. So we need to do more. Under construction, a brutal blue-collar departure. And I love the music also. It's a very different style than K's, but it fits the vibe. Which has resulted in the death of foreman Joel Gregson, an upsetting accident indeed. This is Miranda Meadows from New Wells Regional TV. Back to you in the studio. Miranda Meadows, New Wells Regional TV. Here we have a Mr. Detective. Hey, Roy, come here quick. We've got another corpse. It's fresh, but there's something wrong with it. He's got a gun. Inspector Ian Worth. That is a corpse. Oh, what the hell? With red eyes. Luke Brown. An old military dog tag. There's easy work at the old docks. Ask the locals for Hunter Wolf. Benny Crystal. Bunch of different names. So you're saying that the vehicle has not been working since July 10? Let me note this down, Mr. Jenkins. Inspector Roy Sampson, Case Notes 1977. Look, my vehicle has been out of order since yesterday. I requested the repair team. You can check with the head office. Shit. And we missed the pail game as well, Ted. It was all for nothing. Yeah, shit happens, Monty. Shit happens. Another dead body. Looks like something crushed him, like by falling on top of him. The man is not breathing. Foreman, fine. You and the boys can end your shift early today to watch the pail game, but only if you finish dismantling the old sewage pipes in the construction pit first. These are the tasks for this coming Monday, July 14. Werder should start digging out the old electric cables. Totsky must finally demolish that red garage building. Okay. Got a photo here. Some guy with a fish. Okay. Safety rules. When operating grade 2 heavy machinery such as demolisher, excavator, or cutter, check the machine's status lights. Report to the service team if you see any errors. Vehicles. Best bill. And then we've got lights. Huh. So quite a lot of things here. Multiple names to fill. Let's see. We know this is Miranda Meadows. Let me sort these. Miranda Meadows. Roy. I guess he's talking to the other inspector, Roy Sampson. I mean, they have a badge, so we know exactly who this is. Ian Worth. Then there's the dead guy in the grate. Luke Brown, assuming that's Luke Brown. Pretty safe assumption. We missed the pale game as well, Ted. So this is Ted. Shit happens, Monty. So we have a Monty here. Foreman. Don't really know this guy's name. Okay, a lot going on in this one. Looks like they're not really starting us off that easy, huh? So let me take these names out of the way just to make it a bit easier on myself. These have all been used, and so they're unlikely to be used again. So we have Benny, Bill, Crystal, Gregson, Hunter, Jenkins, Joel. Use the on the. This resulted in the death of. Following this, the body of was found unexpectedly. We've got another corpse. So the other corpse is the one that was kind of unexpected. So Luke Brown. Now, who used which machine? There's a picture of a guy with a fish. So, assuming this is that person's machine. Now, who is this? This guy has a mustache. Let's see. He's got the very cracked lips. Could be this guy. The lips are similar, but I'm not sure. I think it's probably this guy. Yeah, he's got the same nose. Okay, so this is that guy's machine. Oh, actually, okay, so you have to drag the pictures to whose thing it is, and then that's the name of the machine also. Well, it does look like he was crushed by this thing, right? Because there's like a big imprint of a... Well, I guess it could be this one also. He could have like crushed him with the thing. And this says Best Bill. So is there someone called Bill? Could be any of these guys. We'll know when we know who was driving this thing. Mr. Jenkins. Okay, this is Mr. Jenkins. My vehicle has been out of order since yesterday. I requested the repair team. You can check with head office since yesterday. And he says, since July 10. So I guess we're July 11 right now. You and the boys can end your shift early to watch the Pale game. Only if you finish dismantling the old sewage pipes. These are the tasks for this coming Monday, July 14. So right now it's Friday, July 11. Werther should start digging out the old electric cable. So Werther is the person who owns this, right? Because that's what you need to excavate. And then Totsky must demolish. So it would be this thing you need to demolish, right? So this is a demolisher. This is an excavator. And this is a cutter, I guess. Werther is the excavator. Totsky is the demolisher. So by process of elimination, this guy is not Werther or Totsky or Jenkins. So he's the other one. Also, we're missing one spot. There's one thing we haven't looked at. Had I not looked at this? Okay, well, now we have. Oh, there we go. The death of foreman Joel Gregson. See, you always need to go back because when you gather all the clues, see, it's a very easy mistake to make. Is like you look at all the clues first and then you kind of forget most of it. Like, so you need to revisit everything like pretty often so that you don't forget anything that you saw. So very first thing we saw, the death of foreman Joel Gregson. So now we know this is Joel Gregson, the guy who died. Now, one of these is Werther, the other one is Totsky. And the thing said best Bill, so this is probably Bill Jenkins. And the thing that said best Bill is this, best Bill. So this is probably, let's see, this is Bill. And who was using the demolisher? My vehicle has been out of order since yesterday. I mean, if they were questioning him specifically, wouldn't it be because he's the one that killed this guy? Like, so he's the one who's been using this machine? Okay, Werther is digging out. So if this is his thing, then this is Ted Werther, which means it's Monty Totsky. Everything is correct. Now, who was using this thing? I mean, if the foreman is the one who died, you would think he was kind of leading the other three. Right? So it wouldn't be the dead man, it would be the other person who didn't die. Right? Because a foreman tells other people what to do, but they're not using one of the machines themselves, right? So it should be him. Everything is correct. Alright, no mistakes so far. Now, events. Someone used one of the machines on the... I mean, you would cut a pipe with the cutter, but it looks like he was hit by this wrecking ball, right? So who used it? This resulted in the death of Joel Gregson. Well, he's the one being interviewed. But he says, my vehicle has not been working. So who else was using the cutter? Shit. We missed the pale game as well, Ted. It was all for nothing. So maybe this guy used the vehicle he was not supposed to use. Like he used the cutter. But like they're being very casual about it. It's like, oh well, shit happens. Like you killed a man. Are you just gonna be so carefree about it? And all this because they wanted to watch the pale game, right? And they had been told, well, you can watch the pale game if you finish Start digging out the old electric cables. Finish demolishing that red garage building. And he says my vehicle has been out of order, so it's not the cutter. So he must have tried... I guess this guy tried to do it with this instead, and that's why he fucking killed him, because you're not supposed to use this. Or this. So Monty Totsky used the... demolisher on the sewage pipe. Aha! Everything is correct. Oh, that's why it was on the side, because like he tried destroying it by swinging it and then it just fell on him. Foreman Joel needed to remove a sewage pipe, but the cutter vehicle was out of order. Not wanting to miss a pale game, he asked Monty to use his demolisher instead. This led to Joel being crushed by the pipe. Police arrived and, during their investigation, found another fresh body inside the sewage pipe. So now we have more things to solve. During a construction yard accident, the body of Luke... What was it? Luke Brown. Was found in a sewage pipe, afflicted by a strange condition that police named the... I don't know. A few days later, someone offered to fund tuition in exchange for confidentiality about the fact that had been affected by the something. Okay. So yeah, all of this is connected. You have seen his body. It would be a shame if it got out that the man who was an inspiration to the world was just another junkie, like one of those homeless deadbeats. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone. But there are those who might. I suggest you talk to the commissioner. Okay. Newsflash, the sudden announcement of a sinister cult. There's always a cult, isn't there? Ooh, 47 words. It's alright. Apparently 9th District needs help, so I've been promoted to homicide lead there. Besides, if this is some drug cult thing, it's definitely out of my wheelhouse. And this is Roy Sanson again. Let's just fill those out as we go, it'll be a little faster. Roy, get to Sebastian's office immediately and bring these case files of yours. Possum 13, Beetle 4, Cougar 9. What the hell, Roy? I thought you called this conference. What is old Seb blathering about up there on the podium? Are you off the case? What's a bloody demonic drug cult expert? Never heard of it. This is Ian Worth. At least these ones are easy. I mean, they're carrying a badge, so... He said, what is Seb doing up there? So this is Seb. Sebastian? Unless he's talking about this guy. What is old Seb? Those are the two topics we wanted to cover today. I can offer you 5 minutes for a couple of questions now. Press conference at 1 p.m. on December 7. They expect updates on the high-profile case and the string of bum deaths. Are these the bagman? No, someone different. Jack. I appreciate you joining me, Jack. It's nice to see a familiar face. These vultures are after Father's reputation. I convinced the police to release his body today so we can start preparing for the funeral. Unfortunately, it will have to be a closed casket ceremony. The fall has disfigured his face. To the rest of the executive team, I appreciate the offers to take time off to mourn, but we must prove that the International Knowledge Foundation can function without its creator. Therefore, I will continue leading it. All foundation projects listed below should proceed uninterrupted. One of these was the funding that we read about. Third World Light, Wisdom Interconnected, Rare Talent Fund. CEO EN. EN. I know we haven't been close lately, but I had to come and support my cousin. Don't worry about the closed casket thing. Your father was the greatest scientist of the modern age, and I assure you his legacy will live on. I guess this is Jack. Okay. Is the family going to press charges against the municipality? I am thankful for our police force. It is one of the few corruption-free institutions we have. Why is this shining? As the commissioner said, the death was a tragic accident. Why do the police call the cause of all these homeless deaths the Red Curse? There it is. Is there really a demon-worshipping cult? It's just shorthand. We strongly believe the deaths are linked to a demon-worshipping drug cult, and we plan to involve experts from out of state. Are you considering any explanations other than a connection to drugs? For instance, a deliberate assassination through telepathy? We deal with real crime, sir, not fantasy. Next question, please. During the conference, someone claimed the case has a strong... Okay, the Red Curse. And at any time you can add stuff to this this overarching story, so... The Red Curse? Can I not? Okay, I guess I can't fill it yet. I need to wait until these get added to the left. Okay. Now we can go to the other rooms. Gross. Gecko 71. Tiger 98. Multiple bullet wounds, it seems. Monkey 34. Monkey. Beetle 4. Autopsy table, cause of death, body release date. Hemorrhage from bullet wounds, murder on December 11. Unknown connected to Cougar 9, December 7. Blunt trauma to the back of the head, January 1st. Asphyxiation with a rope, suicide, TBC. Okay. And then the Allied States of Hesperia flag. That's a new name we haven't seen. Case name closed. Opened December 4th, 1977, led by Roy Sampson, deceased Sir Isaac Nowak, world famous scientist and philanthropist. Living relatives Elizabeth Nowak, daughter Adam Nowak, younger brother Jack Nowak, nephew. This must be Elizabeth Nowak. And then this would be Jack Nowak. And we just need the name of the policeman. Dear Mr. Walsh, potentially Sebastian Walsh, congratulations on becoming Wisdom Interconnected's newest board member. Our next board meeting is in June, after which you will receive biannual remuneration. Meanwhile, please accept the latest DAC2 computing machine as a token of our appreciation. Welcome to the Wisdom Interconnected Network. Please input query. Computer, let me in. Command not recognized. Please input query. Okay, doesn't quite know how to use this computer. Case name Possum 13. Small canal case. December 1st. Led by Roy Sansom, deceased homeless individual Elias Dirty William. Found in a container at the old docks on Stockyard Street. Cause of death unknown but clearly connected to Cougar 9. Cougar 9 is this dead guy. Red Curse cases, open July 11, led by Roy Sanson. First victim, Luke Brown. Potential witnesses, suspects, Benny Crystal, friend, Hunter Wolf, work. Okay, we have every name. A picture in the trash. Victim. This is a picture of, from the case, his body lies on table. His death is linked to the Red Curse. That seems pretty obvious. Okay, let's take it back from the top. Now that we've seen everything, we have names still, conference, victim, and events. New Wales police scheduled a press conference to announce that someone had been a victim of the Red Curse. I guess it could be other things. Alright, so this victim with the K on his neck, that's this person here. You can see the K there. His body lies on table. Okay, so this is C. So we have to know which one is which table. Well, Gecko 71 is on table C. So Monkey 34 is the one that died from strangulation. Tiger 98 is the one that died of bullet wounds. And then this one we don't really know, and this one we don't really know either. Hemorrhage, that's table A. So bullet wounds, that's table A. That's Tiger 98. Asphyxiation with a rope. That's Monkey 34. So that's D. Okay, well, bullet wounds is table A. Strangulation is table D. This one is C, which is Gecko 71. So that leaves B. This must be table B. But who is it? And from which case? Is this Cougar 9? No, it's connected to Cougar 9. Okay. And Cougar 9 is... Okay, Cougar 9 is just all of the deaths with the red eyes. The cool thing about setting this game in the 70s as opposed to the first game is that you get to frame this more as like an actual detective case. So like, while you're not playing an actual detective, you get to go through the files of detectives and it feels more like, you know, a detective game. Potential witnesses, suspects. Okay, I need to note these down. But there's at least 3 people who died. The first of which was Luke Brown, and then there's 2 more. Possum 13, small canal case. Homeless individual, Dirty William. So Dirty William, his cause of death is unknown, but it's connected to Cougar 9, so he probably has the red eyes too, maybe? So Wisdom Interconnected Network, that's part of International Knowledge Foundation, which is what Elizabeth is now the CEO of. Which implies that before her it was Isaac. So Isaac used to be the CEO. Mr. Walsh. Okay, well, this has to be the name of Sebastian then, right? Everything is correct. This case is closed. So was this Beetle 4? World famous scientist and philanthropist. I mean, if he was the CEO, you think it would be mentioned here. The Allied States of Hesperia. So we've got our names. During the conference, Sebastian Walsh claimed... What did he claim? That the case was a... murder? Suicide? So this guy, it's not Tiger 98, which was from bullet wounds. It's not Monkey, which was from strangulation. He was on table B, so it's not Gecko 71. That leaves Possum, which was Dirty William. Cause of death unknown, could be him. Or Beetle 4 or Cougar 9. His death is linked to the Red Curse. That's why they don't show the eyes. Is that Dirty William then? Why would he have a K on his neck? Oh, it says right here, Beetle 4. Okay. From the case, Beetle 4. So it's not Dirty William, that's from Possum 13. And we have body release date. Is this the body of the guy who fell down from the bridge then? Because they don't want to show his eyes. We don't know anything about Gecko 71. Blunt trauma to the back of the head. I mean, that would make sense with the guy that fell from the bridge. Like, he would die from blunt trauma. So they have two cases that are connected to Cougar 9 with a cause of death unknown. Beetle 4, which is the guy on table B, this guy. And then Possum 13, which is the small canal case with the homeless guy, Dirty William, which is also a cause of death unknown and also connected to Cougar 9, but I guess he's not one of these, because none of these say Possum 13. Gecko 71, Tiger 98, Monkey 34, Beetle 4. So the commissioner said the death was a tragic accident. And that's case name closed. So basically, which one is that? It's closed because they rule it an accident, so it wouldn't be any of the ones that say unknown. Would this be Gecko 71? Gecko 71 is the only one that fits. Possum is the homeless guy. Cougar 9 is the Red Curse cases of the homeless. 98 is bullet wounds. Beetle 4 is unknown but connected. Blunt trauma to the back of the head would fit, like falling from the bridge. New Wales police scheduled a press conference to announce that someone had been a victim of the... Okay, so they can't be talking about Isaac, because they said that one was an accident. Before the conference, someone offered a computer. Okay. I see. So they were going to announce that someone had been a victim of the Red Curse, but because he was given a computer, like he was bribed, so then instead he announced that it was simply an accident, because they didn't want to say that it was like a curse. So I guess they were gonna say that Isaac, he's the high profile case. Isaac Nowak had been a victim of the Red Curse. Before the conference, I guess Elizabeth. I convinced the police to release his body today. Oh, okay, well, the release... Oh, so, okay. The release for the body on December 7 is Beetle 4. So that tells me that this is Beetle 4. It was a tragic accident. Then this must be the case Cougar 9. It will be a closed casket ceremony because the fall has disfigured his face. That's not the problem. The problem is his red eyes. So let's see. Congratulations on becoming Wisdom Interconnected's newest board member. They made him a board member. You will receive biannual remuneration. Please accept the latest DAC2 computing machine as a token of our appreciation. So she offered him a position, a board membership, a board position, right? She's the new CEO, so it must be her. She convinced him. So Elizabeth Nowak offered Sebastian Walsh, no corruption indeed, a board position. And a computer. As a result, during the conference, Sebastian Walsh declared that Isaac Nowak had been the victim of a tragic accident instead. But we have stuff left to solve here. Wait, I haven't solved everything. The day the conference was announced, Elizabeth Nowak visited Police Commissioner Sebastian Walsh and offered him a lucrative board position with one of the foundations she led. In exchange, she wanted him to hide facts about her father's death. Sebastian accepted the proposal. He swiftly promoted Roy Sampson to another position and took over the conference announcements. But wait, I'm not done. I have things left to solve. Okay, so once you solve the events, it kind of fills up the rest for you. Sebastian Walsh claimed the case Beetle 4 was a tragic accident. The case Cougar 9 has a strong drug connection. Right. Even though I don't know why you would claim that. And then this is a picture of, I guess this is Isaac Nowak. We never really saw his face because of the hat. There we go. Isaac Nowak from the case Beetle 4. His body lies on table B. His death is linked to the red curse. Beetle 4 was a tragic accident. All right. So now we can solve this whole thing. During a construction yard accident, the body of Luke Brown was found in a sewage pipe, afflicted by a strange condition that police named the Red Curse. A few months later, the famous scientist Isaac Nowak was discovered dead by the Bagman couple. After being contacted by someone, a drug user, a few days later, offered to fund Brandon Bagman's tuition in exchange for confidentiality about the fact that Isaac Nowak had been affected by the Red Curse. That's probably Elizabeth. Hours before the conference, the commissioner, Sebastian Walsh, was offered a similar deal and took it. However, the laboratory investigation found that either Red Curse victim had been a drug user, That's probably what it is. They haven't found any evidence for that. 0 evidence. This is probably Elizabeth Nowak. They're being contacted by someone. Okay, let me go back to that later. You have seen his body, the couple. Would be a shame if it got out that the man who was an inspiration to the world was just another junkie, like one of those homeless deadbeats. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone. But there are those who might. I suggest you talk to the commissioner. We expect complete confidentiality about our motivation for funding Brandon. Deborah and Cyril. Worried that everyone would think had been I guess Isaac had been a drug user. Contacted by someone. I guess this letter was the letter that they got. Would be a shame if it got out that the man was just another junkie. I won't tell anyone, but there are those who might. You talk to the commissioner. Okay, so Elizabeth, worried that everyone would think he had been a drug user, so she offered to fund. She basically bribed the couple who found the body and also the police chief. But the laboratory investigation found 0 evidence that either Red Curse victim had been a drug user. That's probably what it is, but let me just check this first. Summary of evidence. Good thing I read this first. To Roy Sensen, December 6. Beetle 4 had the same affliction as Cougar 9, strong. The same cause of death, weak. Foreign substance present, 0. So yeah. 0 evidence that either Red Curse victim had been a drug user. Elementary. So that's everything in story 1. Ooh. Cougar 9 notes. Notable places: Benny's place, 380 Low Street, drug pushing office. 3 warehouses in the old docks. Farp warehouse, 45 a stockyard, would not let us in without a warrant. Old warehouse, 45B stockyard, decommissioned in 1950. Homeless congregate there. Steel side warehouse, 45C stockyard, completely empty, with evidence of recent cleaning. Notable witnesses suspects: Benny Crystal. Yeah, we saw that name. Claims he hardly knew Luke Brown and they were not friendly. Advised contacting Hunter Wolf, who has a workshop in Steelside Warehouse and offers odd jobs to people like Luke. And Hunter Wolf was unable to find this person. No traces in the Steelside Warehouse or anywhere else in the docks. And then it takes us to story 2. Oh, okay, so more stuff related to all of this. Shortly before his death, Isaac Nowak went to meet someone at the... Oh wait, I know this. Let me go back to the first one. So this is the prologue. This is, I guess, all the ones we've seen so far. Academic impact. Yeah, we know he was headed somewhere. I have a meeting at 45C Stockyard Street. Alright, 45C Stockyard is the Steelside Warehouse. Went to meet someone at the Steelside Warehouse? At least that's what he was... That's where he was supposed to go. I guess we don't really know if he did go there, but he's supposed to have been. A few days later, someone connected to the... Provoked? Hang on. Someone connected to the... All we know is like this little symbol here, this kind of wolf. Oh. Hunter Wolf? Hunter Wolf. Wasn't able to find this person. No traces in the Steelside warehouse or anywhere else in the docks. He's the one that sent the letter. Hunter Wolf. So Benny Crystal, I guess he's a drug-pushing guy. Benny's place. Claims he hardly knew Luke Brown. They were not friendly. Luke Brown being the guy that was found in the sewage pipe. Advised contacting Hunter Wolf. Was a workshop in Steelside warehouse. And offers odd jobs to people like Luke. Someone connected to the Steelside warehouse? Because we know it's Hunter Wolf. So would it just be Steelside warehouse again? Provoked Elizabeth Nowak into bribing Sebastian Walsh, who stopped the investigation into Isaac Nowak's death. Am I good or am I good? Okay. I can take this gilded brass trinket for scrap metal. You can have 3 sous for it and call yourself lucky. It's the golden idol. Ooh, okay, they're showing that like a long time ago, and this person looks a bit familiar too. But the golden idol had been destroyed, hasn't it? Maybe someone repaired it, but you can see it's missing. It's like the red jewel that it had on the face, and it's the red jewel you see on the loading screen. So someone came and sold it as scrap metal. And this guy just put it on a shelf, and I guess it's meant to show that like this was a long time ago, and then a bunch of time passed, and now in the modern age, someone is there to claim it. And now we're on to chapter 2. The Curse. Ooh, okay, so I guess I'm gonna do one like chapter per episode. So this is going to be a bit of a shorter episode than I usually do. I've only been recording for like under 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half. But I always upload really, really long videos on the channel, so it's going to be a nice change of pace to upload something that's a bit shorter. But I'm very, very much enjoying this so far. It does feel like kind of a step up from Case of the Golden Idol. The vibe is definitely a bit different. The art is a little bit rougher. Like you can see, you know, the brush strokes and all of the drawings, and definitely not the same art style, but I think it works for what they're trying to do. The music also has a different vibe, but I still enjoy it. I think it fits the kind of mood that the game is going for. I love that it's taking place in modern times. It allows us to kind of do this detective investigation. And I just really enjoy these types of games. I love having to use deduction to solve these mysteries, so I can tell this is going to be a blast. We've only scratched the surface, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. On the admittedly small chance that this video is how you found my channel, please consider subscribing and checking out the other games that I've played. Like I said, I've played Case of the Golden Idol, Return of the Obra Dinn, Chants of Sonar. Just check out my channel, go in the existing playlist. I'm sure you're bound to find something that you enjoy. And if you're feeling a bit impatient and want to catch the next Rise of the Golden Idol episode, it is live right now on my Patreon, because all my patrons get a full week of early access on all of my videos. So a big thank you to all of my patrons for their support. A big thanks to you for watching this video. And until the next one, I had fun playing this. I hope you had fun watching this. And I will see you in the next episode for even more Rise of the Golden Idol. À la prochaine.